of the important but very difficult things bloggers need to do is drive traffic to their blog. And this is very important because almost everything is heavily dependent on traffic. For example, you cannot monetize your blog either via affiliates, via ads, or via sponsorship if you don't have enough traffic. And I understand this because I've been there, and this is one of the main pain points of blogging. And I'm here to preach the gospel, the good news of blogging, being that there could be an actual platform that you're missing out on if you're trying to get that traffic to your blog. And I understand that this platform does not actually favor all niches, but for the niches that it favors, yes, you can get quality traffic that are monetizable to your blog every single day. Hello guys, if you're just joining me here for the first time, my name is Joy Onovo and I am a blogging coach, a blogger who has actually walked the path and who is bringing you all the juicy news, all the things you need to know as it pertains to blogging, Pinterest management, Pinterest marketing, and everything that has to do with you being a blogger. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you need to use Pinterest to drive traffic to your blog. And in no particular order, number 1 on my list is because Pinterest is a search engine and not a social media platform. Yes, when you hear of Pinterest, the first thing that comes to your mind is social media. This is because we have things like following, we have things like engagement, just like we have in other social media platforms. But one thing that makes Pinterest not to be a social media platform but an actual search engine is because of the user intent. Just think about it. When you go to platforms like Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, what do you go there to do? You go there to either entertain yourself, follow people you love like celebrities, watch their contents and just feel good. But people who come to Pinterest don't necessarily come there to get entertained or to socialize with other people. They come with an intent for solutions to their problems. Just like when you go to search engines like Google, you go there to search for solutions to your problem. That is the same way people come to Pinterest to search for solutions to their problem. And in the case of Pinterest, it's usually either a visual problem. Think about mood boards, inspiration, styles inspiration, or maybe food recipes. People come there to ask questions like, what can I make for dinner? Or to curate their mood board for the coming year or things like that. Unlike other social media platforms where you go to socialize with your friends, with your families, and what have you. And because Pinterest is a visual search engine, people don't go there to socialize. They go there to find solutions to their problems. The next one on my list is Pinterest helps bloggers to drive long-term traffic to their blogs, unlike places like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Pinterest traffic grows exponentially, unlike other social media platforms where they thrive heavily on virality. So, for example, when you create your content on Pinterest, it could take a while, say 3 to 6 months, for Pinterest to pick up this content and start pushing it to the right audience. Unlike other social media platforms where when you post your content, it could start going viral almost immediately, and this dies down just the way it picked up. So it could go viral within the next 3 to 4 days, and by the 5th, 6th, 7th day, it's already dying down. For Pinterest, it tends to grow over time. So for example, in the case of Pinterest, you might post a content and you might not see any traction within the first 4 weeks, but best believe that post could bring you so much traffic within 3, 6, and even 1 year and ongoing. Unlike other social media platforms, that content that you've posted 1 year ago can completely flatline in analytics. The next on my list is that Pinterest has low competition and organic reach. And this is what I mean. When you hear of social media platforms or other platforms, in terms of hierarchy or in terms of population, Pinterest has a population of over 500 million monthly users. And when you put them in terms of, hierarchy, population, how popular they are, Pinterest could be ranking number 10 on the list of social media platforms. And because of this, the competition is very low. People don't come to Pinterest for that heavy competition, and coming into Pinterest or coming into blogging as a new blogger For most people, Pinterest is not like their first port of call. Is either Google, Facebook, and other places like Reddit and what have you. But when you're coming into Pinterest, or when you're coming into blogging and you're using Pinterest as your traffic strategy, the competition is quite low, and not just because of the number of people that uses Pinterest or the number of bloggers that uses Pinterest to drive traffic to their blog is equally low, because as a new blogger, whether you have a high domain authority, you're an old blogger, whether you've been in the game for a very long time, everybody has equal chance of ranking. Unlike Google, where you have to talk about things like domain authority, how old your blog is, or how quality your content is. For Pinterest, once you come into Pinterest, you have equal opportunity. Once you're doing the right thing on the platform that would prevent you from getting shadow banned or banned completely, you have equal opportunity to start ranking on Pinterest, unlike other platforms. Now, the next on my list is that Pinterest is ideal for bloggers, coaches, and digital entrepreneurs, and rightly so, because of the user intent of people that are coming to Pinterest. So like I said in the point number 1, people don't necessarily come there to socialize, they come to look for solutions to their problems. So as a blogger who is providing solutions to people's problem, either in written form, in tutorial form, in video forms, or even pictorial forms, Pinterest is where your users or your audiences are hanging out in, because people come there for solutions. So as a blogger, as a coach, or a digital entrepreneur, you want to use Pinterest so that you can reach your desired audience. So it's very ideal because of the user intent of the people coming on Pinterest to use Pinterest. And the last on my list is that Pinterest allows you to put links on your content, unlike other social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, where you're not given an opportunity to put your link. And even if you end up putting your link, your contents are on either restricted from reach, or your contents are either preventing people from moving out of the platform. Pinterest actually wants people to move from Pinterest to your platform, or from Pinterest to your blog. So when you're posting your content, you're given an opportunity to put your content, the title, the description, the link, and the tags. Yes, that's what makes Pinterest interesting. So Pinterest is not just limiting its users on the platform alone, it allows its users to move from the platform to any URL that you have put. So if you have over 1,000 or over 100 URLs on your blog, you're given an opportunity to promote those individual URLs on Pinterest, unlike other platforms where you're only given an opportunity to promote just one URL. And that's why people use things like Linktree, bio.site to link extra URLs to wherever they want to drive people to. For example, Pinterest gives me over 40,000 monthly visits to my blog, and these monthly visits are quality visits. Why? Because most of these users comes from tier 1 countries like the US, Canada, and UK. Okay, so with Pinterest, you are given an opportunity to put links that will drive people from the Pinterest platform down to your blog. So you see why it's a good traffic machine for your blog. I hope I've been able to convince you that Pinterest is one of the good platforms where you should promote your blog this year. And with that, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.